The San Francisco 49ers make a pretty big move in the sense of getting a quality player. I think when we look at the addition of Clelin Ferrell on a 1-year deal, I think we could like that. I think we could like that a lot. With Clelin Ferrell, he offers a bunch of different things. And again, we don't know what the contract details are just yet. All we've seen so far is that it's a 1-year deal, but it's important to remember that when you go back to when Clelin Ferrell was drafted in 2019 in a phenomenal edge class where Nick Bosa went number 2, Clelin Ferrell went number 4. So just 2 picks after Bosa, Clelin Ferrell goes to the Raiders, which I'd still believe at the time was a reach, but I understood the move. For the Raiders at the time, I believe it was the first draft for Mike Mayock and John Gruden. They were looking for foundational pieces, also in regards to the locker room. One of Clelin Ferrell's greatest traits, he was someone that I really liked coming out of Clemson. I didn't like him more than Brian Burns. I didn't like him more than Nick Bosa, but I like Clelin coming out of Clemson. One of the things that I love most about Clelin is he is a A++ leadership intangible type player. This dude has legitimate leadership quality traits. He was a phenomenal leader at Clemson, and I really believe that's why a huge part of why the Raiders took him at number 4. I don't think his talent was top 5, but you're talking about his personality, you're talking about his leadership quality. He's a top 5 person. And so when the Raiders were starting their foundation and wanted a foundational player to build upon, I think that was a huge selling point for them. But the thing that makes Clelin Ferrell a phenomenal fit for the San Francisco 49ers and Chris Kosarek, this guy is versatile. Now, when I've talked about what I'm looking for in an edge, I'm looking for speed, and more speed, right? That's what I've said it many times. It's why Brian Burns, who was in that same draft, was a guy that I had ranked above Clelin. Um, but he might not offer that quick twitch. He still has good first step get off. He has some good moves. I don't think he's a technician as a pass rusher, but he has the ability to kick around. He can play outside in the 9. He could kick down and play in the 3, and he can stand up and drop back into coverage. That, I think, could become very valuable for the San Francisco 49ers because one of Clelin's biggest issues was he was taken number 4 overall in front of guys like Josh Allen with the Jaguars, in front of guys like Brian Burns with the Panthers, that he wasn't as physically uh, gifted as those guys, but he offers something to the San Francisco 49ers across from Nick Bosa that on a 1-year deal, I love it. I love it. 1-year deal, I would imagine the contract is nothing crazy, but this is like how I think you can sell to these types of guys. Come on down to the San Francisco 49ers for 1 year. We're going to get you paid. We're going to get you your next contract. Come over here, work with us, work within the wide 9, work with Chris, work with Steve Wilks. We're going to get you paid. Just give us 1 year production. We'll take that comp pick when you sign elsewhere. I mean, talk about this revolving door of comp picks. Like, we've seen a lot of guys leave, and a lot of fans are like, oh no, our whole team's leaving. There is a method to this madness. The 49ers are going to get compensated for all these players that are leaving. This could be one of those next guys. And if he comes in and proves that he can do all these different things. Like imagine you have him lined up over the guard and he drops back into coverage and is actually like holds his own in coverage. You can bait quarterbacks. You can do a lot of things with him. I like this, and the more I keep talking about it, the more I like it even more because, like I said, I was a big fan of Clelin coming out of Clemson. I I knew exactly who he was. I know what his strengths were. I knew what his weaknesses were, and I think they've been pretty on par with what he's done in the NFL. But again, he does bring versatility to this defensive line and a bit of a coverage element to this defensive line that the 49ers haven't really had from any of these guys like Omenihu or Ebukam. So I find that to be fascinating. For example, he played 120 snaps at outside linebacker. He played 137 snaps at right end. He played 62 snaps last year at left outside linebacker. He played, uh, let's see, 20. He's played 48 snaps. No, he played about 68 snaps on the interior. So I mean, this guy, he's played 5 snaps at middle linebacker. He has some versatility to be able to kind of drop into coverage. Again, he's not a coverage guy, but he has some of that versatility that the 49ers could absolutely use. So again, 3 sacks. I'm not going to look at this guy as a big. I'm not looking at him as a big sack producer on the 49ers. Again, if you're providing kind of that Charles Omenihu type of impact on this defensive line, I think that's all you're looking for. I think that's really all that you're looking for. Because as a pass rusher, I don't think that's his best attribute. I don't think he is a solid pass rusher. That was my knock on him coming into the draft. Was I don't think he's a natural pass rusher. I think he's more of a big end. He's more of a guy who's going to set the edge, be a force in the run game. He doesn't have that quick twitch, but we don't need that necessarily. And if we can kick that over the guard, we might be able to find a matchup that actually works for Clellan better than being on the outside. So overall, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good about this one. Again, 3 sacks last year, 15 quarterback hurries. Again, nothing crazy, but I like this. I'm liking this one. You know, in the 4 years that he was with the Raiders, he put up 13 sacks, 63 quarterback hurries, 11 batted balls, 62 tackles. So again, he's not a big time production guy so far in his career, but he could be a phenomenal utility tool on this defensive line that just produces these versatile type defensive linemen. So I like it. I'm going to ask you in the chat. Let me know. Let's grade this. Let's do a live grade. Again, it's a 1-year deal. I haven't seen the contract details yet. I'm waiting for the contract details to drop so we can discuss them. But let me know in the chat. Grade this signing. 1-year deal, former 4th overall pick. 49ers have lost Samson Ebukam. They've lost Charles Omenihu. What are we thinking? So far, I'm seeing, let's see, we're streaming straight from YouTube. This is a bit of a new thing. Can I pull these up on the screen? No, I can't. This is weird. I can run polls though. Let's try it. Let's do our first poll. Do you like this move? Asking community. Let's see what we get. I put up a poll in the chat. It's our first poll because I'm going straight from YouTube, but it's not letting me pull up your guys' comments. I'm still a boomer when it comes to doing this, but I see B plus, B minus, C minus. This move doesn't move any needle. Come on, man. Samuel says B plus, B, 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 A minus, uh, B, B plus, C plus, B. So I agree. I think, and I like Jaden's comment coming in here at the end. B, but can turn into an A. I think if we find out too that this is pennies on the dollar in regards to his contract, that could also, for me, take it from a B to an A. I think at first glance, I'm dropping this as a B plus move. Again, role player is going to have a solid role within this defense. He's not going to be someone that the 49ers are going to be relying on ultra heavily. They're going to be able to look elsewhere for production, but he's a guy that can provide some versatility. And I like this, man. We've seen how the 49ers have been able to bring these guys back from the dead, man. Arden Key is one of them. Do you guys see what Arden Key just got paid? He was on the Raiders trash heap. He just signed an insanely large deal for someone who was thrown in the trash effectively by the Raiders. So the 49ers know how to get the most out of these types of guys. And one of the things too that I love about this type of move is from everything that we've come to know about Chris Kosarek is he's involved. They ask him, "Who do you want? What are give us a list of the guys that you like." So, you know Chris is 100% involved in this signing. This means Chris has given this the thumbs of approval of, yes, get this guy in here. I can make this work. So I've got all the faith in the world with what Chris can do with these types of reclamation projects. Again, not a big production guy, hasn't been a production guy since being in the NFL. Honestly, he wasn't a big production guy coming out. That's the thing. But what isn't discussed about these types of guys is the intangible. And again, I scouted the person of who Clelin was coming out of Clemson. No one, probably not a lot of people are going to talk about that aspect of it, but Clelin, man, is a good dude. Like when you talk about the 49ers culture, the way they go about their business, what they're looking for, Clelin Ferrell is a good dude. He will fit right into what the 49ers are trying to accomplish. He'll fit in right in with the rest of the group. So I love this signing. I'm just waiting for the contract details to come out. I even wouldn't be surprised if they have some built-in incentives for him, that if he hits certain milestones, they will be able to increase his pay. But we have no word yet on what the pay looks like. Um, Again, in relativity of all things considered of value, cost, fit, this is a good move. Now, a lot of people will look at the stats, they'll look at what he's done and what's this guy, you know, which I can understand. But look at how much 1 year deal. I can't imagine this is going to be a big time one. It's not going to, if it's like a 1 year, $10 million contract, I would be shocked. I don't think it's that, but I could be wrong. I do think it's something that's manageable. That probably has some built-in incentives for hitting certain milestones. It might have a decent high max ceiling, but he would need to hit certain milestones, playtime percentages, and all those types of things. So will be interesting. What does the poll say? I can't even like see the poll. Oh, I can see. I think I can see the poll. So 87%. of the chat says they like this move. They like this move. So it's not bad. It's not bad. Also, with this move, I don't think the 49ers should be even close to done with Edge. I don't think that is part of the thought process, too. Look at who we have as free agents: Willis, Ebukam, Omenihu. Three guys that played important roles for the San Francisco 49ers. We don't know if Willis is going to be back. We know Omenihu and Ebukam are gone. So you would have to imagine they're going to bring in more guys that can potentially fill these role player type of positions for the 49ers defensive line. So I don't think they're done. I don't think they're done trying. And again, Clelin to me, he's an edge, but he's not a pass rusher, if that makes sense. He can rush the pass, but I wouldn't quantify him as a pass rusher. I would quantify him as an edge, but more of a big end, more of a run first kind of guy. I don't really look at him as a pass rusher. He rushes the pass, but that's why I think the 49ers could still go out and find a guy that all he does is rush the passer. We don't need a 3 down defensive end. That's the thing, is with the rotations and with the sub packages, you can build a defensive end through multiple guys just by how you put them out on the field and what type of sub packages. So obviously in base downs, Clellan could be a great base down edge. But pass rushing situations, maybe you kick him over to the three tech. Maybe you don't have to do that because you have Hargrave and you have Eric Armstead. And then you get a pure pass rusher to put on the edge to rotate in. And that's how you make this work. Uh, really, really excited about it. My guy says, no notifications. Man, I don't know. YouTube always hating on the noties. Uh, If I know people in the chat have had this problem before. If you guys have figured out a fix, let them know in the chat below. Still waiting for these contract details though. Got me kind of amped up to see what it's gonna be. I want to see how much. How much did we give good old Clellan? Let's see. Clellan also too. Clellan is 25 years old. Clellan is 25 years old, 6'4", 265 pounds. There's some juice left in that tank, I'm telling you. And maybe getting out of a dysfunctional organization like the Raiders, being dropped into a team like the 49ers that will have a plan for him will be fantastic. Very excited. Again, I'm excited in within the context of what it is. I don't believe that Clellan's going to just turn up 10 sacks. I don't think that's what it is. I believe he will play a specific role and do well within said role. Then potentially get signed elsewhere. Comp pick. Another comp pick. Watch the comp pick formula at work. Oh yeah. I like I like it. What other So do you guys still believe that the San Francisco 49ers should target edge? I believe they should. I believe even a top tier edge might still be in play, especially if this is really a bargain deal. But do you think the 49ers still need to go after that elite guy or top tier guy or multiple specialists that fit certain sub packages? Dude, How do I engage with your audience? What does that mean? All right. I don't know how to pull super chats onto the screen like I do with StreamYard, which is again weird. Uh, so boxing fan, I see your super chat. I appreciate you. I don't know why I can't pull it onto the screen, but boxing fan says no. Ngakwe, I think he's still in play. I think he's still in play. You never know. Depends on how much he wants. People talking about Slay. Slay would be nice. Slay was released. He's free to sign wherever he wants. Slay and Ward. Whoo! Talk about A plus name. But that would be crazy. If the 49ers could somehow get Slay and then still get an edge with a kind of a pat at minimum a pass rush specialist, I think the 49ers are cooking at that point. Man, drop the contract details, you cowards. What is it? Oh, some people talking about Chauncey Gardner Johnson. I just started to get into the Hargrave tape, just because I want to do some study on him. Chauncey made flash plays in the first 3 minutes of the tape. I'm like, oh, okay. I might have to throw you an apology. I may not have been too familiar with your game. Chauncey Gardner Johnson looks like a dog. It's like I may not be familiar with your game because I'm watching it and I'm like I'm liking it. And he's all over the place. He's playing in the box. He's coming down making hard tackles. Then has an interception in the center, playing center field. I'm like, all right, okay, I'm intrigued now. You have my attention, Chauncey. So I'm like, hey, 49ers want to knock on his door. Slay and Chauncey. Could you imagine? We have Hargrave, Slay, and Chauncey. You bring all three of those guys over, and we poach three Eagles starters. That would be crazy. Hey, they opened up they opened up the door with Hargrave, right? They opened up the door. Hargrave's already over here. Hargrave could be a nice little recruiter piece, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it does waiting for these contract details, man. Drop the deets. But again, I don't think the 49ers are done on defense. I think there's still moves to be made. I think safety is still a position that needs more loving. Cornerback with the excuse me, cornerback with no return of Emmanuel Mosley, and still defensive line. I think defensive tackles were finally in a good spot with IDL, but edge is still a spot. Linebacker, I'm okay with because we also have Oren Burks, who I like a lot. Oren Burks, and of course McCrary Ball. But I think there's still a good amount of needs to address on defense. Offense, we're pretty close. I think offense we're pretty close. We got Brendel back, huge get back. We have McKivitz. Still think they need to upgrade if they can at right tackle, but outside of that, We got Darnold. So far, wide receiver room's intact. We got 4 stud running backs. I think the offense, tight end 2. Tight end 2, upgrade at right tackle. That's really my only ask for the offense. Tight end 2, upgrade at right tackle, or excuse me, yeah. But defense, safety, cornerback, edge. So we still got some holes to fill. There's still work to be done. But I like where John Lynch, Adam Peters' head's at, man. I like what they're doing. I like I like going and getting the foundational piece on that defensive line with uh Hargrave, bringing back Kevin Givens, bringing back Brendel, adding Clelin Ferrell, and I think we're going to see a lot more of these like little 1-year deals with guys that maybe didn't perform at their last spots but have upside. 49ers throwback. Thank you for the super chat. Can't pull it up on the screen for some reason, or I just don't know how. But 49ers throwback says, Brad, bring me Justin Houston. That could be another one of those 1-year guys. That could be another 1-year guy on a 1-year contract, specialist coming in just to rush the passer. That's all we would really need out of him. Then you think about what you're able to do with Clelin, with Justin, both kind of being on the polar opposites of each other, but the rotation that you use with them, Chris would be cooking. Cynthia says 317 people watching, only 53 likes. Debo that like button. Preach, Cynthia. Preach, Debo that like button. Get that thing cooked. We should be at 100 easy. But I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes to see if we get contract deets so we can properly grade this signing. Because I do think the contract amount structure does play into how we overall grade this signing. We know it's a 1 year, but what's the guaranteed money look like? What do the incentives look like? And all that good stuff. Darth Yogurt says, I hit that like button immediately. I don't play around. And that's why we appreciate you, Darth Yogurt. That's why you're a chat legend. Shout out to everyone, though. Shout out all the SDS, man. We still feeling good about the 49ers free agency. We still feel good about the plan. We still feel good about who we've retained, who we've let walk. Or is there still work to be done before you feel good, before you feel great? Cynthia says it's been wild. It has been wild. Yesterday was wild when we had like four or five players sign elsewhere at once. That was wild. 100%. That was crazy. We're 5 likes away from 100. Happens fast. Shout out to SDS. Shout out to SDS. Let's go. I'm having fun, man. I'm having fun. I feel like I'm finally over last year. I'm on to new horizons. I'm on to new beginnings. I'm ready to begin the marathon once more. I'm ready. I'm excited for the draft. The best part about free agency, one of the best parts, is we're starting to see how the 49ers are filling these holes, how that's gonna translate to the draft, all that stuff. No noties? Damn. IG doing me or not IG, YouTube doing me dirty, man. No noties? Are we gonna draft a kicker? I don't know. Are we gonna bring back Robbie? Beat reporters think so. So today is officially the beginning of the new league year. So the tampering period was everything that was going on right beforehand. The last 2 days, the official new league year starts today. Today is day uno of the 2023-24 season. Hendrick says this could be an Arden Key type move, 100%. 100%. That's exactly where my head is at. This is just think Charles Omenihu, just think Arden Key, think those players, and think of what the 49ers have been able to do with that. Bubbly says, you need a double X. You need a double X. We got the logo. We got the logo on the back. Ooh. Y'all need the merch? Y'all, you know what the vibes are. Look at that. That looks nice. Y'all need the merch? We got oh, where's the other one? I know this is the one y'all want. I know this is the one y'all want. Look at the ginger beard. Look at that. Y'all want that one. Logo on the back. Y'all want should I drop this? Y'all trying to wear the ginger beard? Bro, if I see any one of you out and about wearing this ginger's face on your shirt, I'm giving you $20 on the spot. Like, is that my face? This logo? Like, is that my face? Here's $20. I want it on hoodies are next. Hoodies are next for sure. I want the hoodie. Center hoodie. Whoo! Cooking. Cooking. So we might have do I have makeup on? First, I'm told I gotta get more producers. I gotta have a back room of producers for my live streams. Now I got a makeup artist who does my makeup before live streams. No, I'm not wearing makeup. That blush. No, I just got a red face. I don't gotta add nothing to that. I just got a red face. Oh, you don't want the skincare routine. I promise you. First time listener here, already subscribed, hit that like button. Let's go, Sergio. Welcome to the SDS, Sergio. Good to have you. Hey, if anyone else, smash that like button. If Brad wears makeup, we riot. Oh man, I'm having fun, man. I'm having fun. This is a good time. But it looks like y'all like the shirts. Looks like we need to drop some merch, huh? Might have to. Officially licensed TheSFNiners. Get your gear today. I know you guys have been asking me to drop merch for a minute, but hey, might be coming. Might be coming. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. Uh, because we're not getting any contract deets, and I know how it's gonna work. Right when I hop off, they're gonna drop. I might come on for like a quick one if details drop. And of course, if another signing happens, we're coming on for an instant reaction. So this is what you need to do. Turn notifications on. Clearly, notifications aren't working for everyone. So if you have continued issues, what I've heard from the chat is you have to unnoti and noti again. Maybe click it a couple times, make sure it works because we run into this issue all the time. Someone says, Brad, I'd wear your face. Hey man, do you I'm gonna ask you guys, would you guys wear my face? Drop it in the chat. Because if you will, if I get enough people saying they will wear my face, uh I'll create some ginger beard merch. I mean, look at how red. It's literally just red. Might be a little too red, but hey, you get the point. If y'all wear this face, I might have to cook some up. Hat and a hoodie. I think the hoodies be on point. He said you put Byron Young in your first mock. I will 100%. Hey, shout out Justin. Shout out Justin for the assist. He Steph Curry'd me. He Steph Curry'd me the Byron. So he straight up said, "Here, Byron." I was like, "Oh yeah, Byron. Okay. I see it." And then he goes and blows up the freaking combine. I'll wear your face. Oh my gosh, you guys are the best. Shout out to SDS, man. If you guys are first time here, we go live all the time. We go live all the time. So hit that sub button. And again, turn the noties on because we're reacting to these signings whenever they drop. Uh no details, man. What the heck? Who's in charge of the contract deals? I'm about to call Parag up right now. Parag, man, what did you sign this guy for? What's what's the deal? All right. I might have to drop my face shirts. You guys seem to be interested in them. So this is what we're gonna do. When the stuff drops, I'll do a quick little one. But for now, we're gonna head out of here. But this won't be our last live. I guarantee it. So hit the noti bells, smash the like button on this video right now. Smash it on your way out. Do like bubbly. Grab your cookies on the way out, and we'll be back 100%. Uh, Come on, they're gonna drop it right. Oh, by the way, it's officially the new league year right now. 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. The new league year has officially begun. Congratulations, guys. Welcome to the 2023-2024 season. It's going to be a good one. I feel it. So we are officially underway on the next season. It is officially official. The tampering, no more. Everything that happens is official from this point on. We made it. All right, let's keep cooking. I'm loving what the 49ers are doing so far. So let's keep cooking. We'll be back on for sure. Appreciate you guys. Peace.